the edge that everyone got
Right.
into the election, for example, it's not going to be an edge, and everyone's knows it, right?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things when you're doing this work, I think there's two ways that I want to answer the question. Again, things that haven't changed about doing social justice or social change kind of work is that we call it cause fatigue, where people, I mean, we experience this with both earthquakes, with the earthquake here in Chile and in Haiti as well. You know, after a while, people just don't hear it anymore because they've seen it so much that they just, start to ignore it after a while. And that's a challenge that I think nonprofits and NGOs probably have always had. So we have to still think about new ways of getting our messages across and telling those stories and telling good stories. There isn't an easy answer for that, and no one has come up with like a Band-Aid that will fix that problem. Where my leanings politically and all that lie, that the more people that have voices in the conversation, the stronger the conversation gets. Because to me, it's who is at PDF and Sami Talk, so I don't repeat myself to too many. Okay, so only a couple people. So I have this whole thing about DNA that doing the work of change is a lot like DNA. Like if you get a bunch of the same DNA mixing together in the same gene pool, the species mutates poorly and dies off, and that's a very bad thing, right? But yes, we're done. But if you get a bunch of this different DNA and a variety of DNA mixing around the gene pool together, the species strengthens itself as it evolves. And it's the same thing if we're talking about ideas for changing the world and making the world a better place and making things better for people, that if only one type of person, if it's only, rich, straight, white guys living in the U.S. who are having these conversations, like, that's just going to suck for the rest of us, right? So we need lots of different kinds of people in here participating, having these conversations. So it doesn't just necessarily come back to power, but it does come to ideas and experience and values and influence. So everybody on board. We're actually supposed to wrap up now, but if anybody has more questions for me, I'm around the entire rest of the day. I'm happy to answer anything that